they've already got the link. They'll be here, but they may be a little bit late. Now if you go to abnormalalabama.com, you'll see that we're streaming at the top of that page now.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that's what I'm saying. I don't know if you can know how to do that on your website or not.
I don't know at all how to do that.
Well, you're gonna have to learn that stuff, buddy. buddy. Yeah. So now I'm gonna try to do this a couple of minutes early. It don't take me but a minute to set that up. Welcome to another Saturday. No, this isn't Saturday night. This is
Tuesday night.
Okay, bear with me. We're starting just a minute early to get some stuff done here. Oh, come on.
Yes, we are getting ready to start the show and then have some guests on here.
If I could type, I'd be doing okay.
Oh, yeah, you'd be doing real okay if you could type.
There we go. I just want to double check everything I was setting up there. And it is 2 minutes before the big hour. We already got 3 watchers. Look at that.
I know.
Welcome, everybody. I'm Kelsey, and this, what's his name? We would make terrible weathermen. You know what? Because they have to use that green screen, and you know what I'm saying.
This is Kevin Kane with My Haunted Dolls.
His haunted dolls.
Haunted dolls.
His haunted dolls, and they are haunted. I've been in this house.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got one right here waiting to say hello to Kayleen if she makes it on.
She said they're going to make it on. They might be a few minutes late because she had a problem with her iPhone. And I told her, I said, it's about time you went to an Android then.
Yeah.
So we've got to make a trip. I don't know when you're going to have time, but Kevin and I have been talking about going and seeing this particular cemetery along the Alabama-Georgia border, a couple hours away, and I can't get Kevin tied down to what. I'll drive. I can get in my truck. I'll drive. You don't have to drive.
I said whatever day, you know.
You see, you can't do it during the week because you have a regular job, don't you?
Yeah, but that last week of July into August, I'm taking some days off. So
what are you going to do then?
One of those days. I'm just killing some vacation time. I'm not going anywhere. I still don't feel comfortable.
You don't feel comfortable
doing vacations. I mean, even though I'm vaccinated, I just kind of.
You still a little bit uncomfortable?
Yeah.
I don't blame you. Do you enjoy working from home now?
Yeah, it's going to be real hard getting back to
going back to the office.
Back to the office now.
Are they talking about sending y'all back in?
They are, but they haven't set a date yet. First they said maybe starting late July, then they kind of moved it to August, maybe early September.
Our buddy Billy Bird Outdoors is telling us that something is abnormal here.
Yes, it is definitely abnormal.
Greetings and salutations. All right. we're supposed to have some guests a little bit later. They are from the Virginias. They were from the Birmingham area, and they live in and purchased a very old haunted house. And they got a lot of stories they're supposed to share with us tonight. So we're looking forward to having them on. At least I am. I don't know if I cannot say whether Kevin is looking forward to them or not, but I am. So.
I am looking forward to them.
Looking forward. So we've got to talk for a while to cover our bases. We got to talk some stuff here while we're waiting on Kayleen and Chip and to come on board. So
say to cover our butts.
You're the one that talks nasty stuff. I'm an old prude, you know. I'm very clean cut.
Oh yeah, right. There's video evidence of the contrary.
Squeaky. No, that's somebody
on Admiral, Alabama.
Somebody photoshopped all that stuff.
No, this video. Of you.
It don't matter. They can manipulate that.
One comes to mind of you at the Burger King internet room doing a spirit box one of my dolls and asking. Look at you, muting me out while I'm talking.
You start talking crap. I want to just it.
Start lying. Doing that to you here.
Start lying about me. All right, you're gonna start being. You'll stop lying now.
I said video evidence. Camera don't lie.
You noticed he was cleaning your crap up, right?
Cleaning your crap up.
Well, while we're waiting and while we're getting started here, tell us about that doll you got, that itty bitty doll that you had in your hands.
Yeah, that came from Kayleen, and
she mailed it to you?
I don't remember. Yeah, after they got to right before they moved to Virginia last year, she sent it to. I think. Yeah, it was right before, or it may have been right after.
That looks like a porcelain head.
It's a compo. That's kind of like a hard.
Hard plastic or something?
Kind of not really plastic, but those compos, they made it out of some kind of paper and something else. Huh. And it looks like but it's not. I can put her up close here.
Very shiny. It looks almost like porcelain plastic. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not. It's that compo material they use is made out of paper and something else. So way back in the early 1900s, I guess.
So interesting question I've got. We've never really talked about your haunted dolls in this way. You've been collecting these dolls for how long now?
For 8 years.
8 years. And you have quite an abundance of these dolls. And so forget the haunting part, forget the possessed part, forget all that part. Have you become maybe a little bit of an expert on these different styles of dolls? Can you examine a doll and say, oh, this doll was made in the 1800s? This one was made in the middle of the 20th century. Have you gotten that good with it?
A little bit. I've learned that from a lot of that from Cherie. But yeah, I can kind of compo dolls are obvious. I've got several of those now. But I'm not any kind of expert. I don't know if I could name anything. I know about the compo dolls, the Chatty Cathy ones, some of the vintage ones from the 60s and 70s.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't just know all of them by spotting them.
So I know Cherie actually has a little room that she actually repairs dolls.
Yeah.
She works on them. So she really got hot and heavy with her doll collection.
Yes, she did. Over 600.
Is she still collecting? Is she still out there?
She's still got all those.
Yeah. So, and her husband is just kind of lets her do her thing.
Yep. Pretty much.
Yeah. So you've got. Go ahead.
Is it me or no? It almost looks like I'm a little out of focus, but
Oh,
I guess not.
You've been out of focus for a long time,
Oh,
madam.
just
You're looking quite fuzzy today.
Ah.
I think. Are you using melon at the same time you're using this?
Not right now, no.
No, okay, I didn't know.
That's all cut off. So
Maybe your lighting is why it looks kind of.
it's right because I'm not using the selfie light.
Okay, you look like you got yellow jaundice.
Yellow jaundice.
Well, you're pretty yellow.
I don't know why.
Is that an
It's just
incandescent light?
lighting. It's just lighting. It's LED lighting.
But it's in the ceiling. Or something.
Yeah.
Probably what it is. So you've got now. You keep collecting dolls. I know you purchased a few dollars just in recent weeks because you saw a doll I had. You had to get online, get you one just like it.
They got another one to go with it.
Yeah.
Got the boy and the girl.
So you don't get many. You don't get rid of dolls much.
No, when I first moved last year to this new house, I had to donate a few of them that didn't have any kind of spirit attachment, but I kept the ones that are spirited.
So, are you working on another book yet?
Yes, I am.
And tell us about.
Yes, I am.
Tell us. Share with us.
Dark Awakening and Other Tales for a Midnight Hour.
Oh wow, a midnight hour.
Midnight hour. Let's see. I added some more pages yesterday, and then but it's going to take a while. I want to do a full. I started thinking a collection of short stories. I thought, no, I could do novellas. Like I think Stephen King's book, 4 Past Midnight, or one of those has 4 novellas.
Yeah.
Then I thought, I'll just do story. Now I don't know. We'll see what happens. I got story ideas written down. And I wanted to get something from every piece of the paranormal. One's going to be sort of a UFO-ish story. Another one might be Bigfoot-ish. And, just something from almost every angle of the paranormal.
Pretty neat. You can have the Shadow Man, and then a cryptid, and then a UFO, and yeah. You wouldn't run out of stories really with all that.
No, I wouldn't. I just
So are these based on real life stories, or it's all fiction?
The one that I'm working on, which is the main story, Dark Awakening, this one's a ghost story, and it is based on I'm expounding on it, but it's based on a real incident.
So you're embellishing a lot and adding to it.
Yeah, I'm stretching it out.
You're good about that.
But it's just the meat of it is I did actually, or from what I've been told, it happened. I don't know if
you didn't
girl made it up or not. I didn't witness it.
You didn't witness it, yeah. Well, you're good with that because earlier in the show you were making stuff up about me and trying to make it believable. So
it's on video.
Oh, we got more comments over here.
I've seen some of them, and I don't. We're gonna get back in this flute thing again. You started something last.
Just for Betty Bird.
What was that? 2 weeks ago.
Where is the flute? Have you got it near your desk?
No, it's in the other room.
Okay, well I'll talk while you go get it, so you can play the flute for us.
I can't play the flute.
Well, if you can't, if you don't try,
I can't play any song. I just blow and make a noise. That's all
a flute does is make noises. What do you think? What do you think?
I got the harmonica right over there.
Okay, let's do the harmonica.
You want to do the?
Yeah.
Somewhere on my. Play very well.
I've got a harmonica somewhere. I don't know what I did with it.
I don't even know where. I haven't seen mine in a couple of years.
Yeah,
maybe I think I know where it is and don't. Here it is.
I think one of my neighbors came in here and threw it away.
I don't really play songs. I just kind of play junk.
Junk? What do you think? A lot of music is junk, okay? I've heard some music that's nothing but junk. Oh, look at that. Hey, wow. Listen to that, man.
I'll
All
play
right.
a little bit. So I can play a little bit. I can make a little noise.
Live from Alabama, it's Tuesday night.
It's Tuesday night.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Instant.
Well. All right. Come up with some kind of story to tell here. Give us
Well,
what are your stories you're working on?
There's the video from last Friday night where Patty Doll set off the cat ball.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Have you seen that yet?
No.
And I use that app.
There you go. And the skies are not cloudy all day.
And the skies are not cloudy all day.
All right, go for it. Yes, let's watch.
All
So you did
right.
a live stream. I guess it was Friday night,
It was Friday night.
and the doll
And,
likes that cat ball, right?
yeah, apparently she does. She set it off once. I didn't see her do it again that night. When I leave the room, I pull it up on my, because the live feed is going on my laptop with the night vision camera hooked to it as the camera.
Mm-hmm.
And so I come in here to the den on this side of the house because she's in the bedroom, and I pulled up on my phone and watched the chats and the video going on. So look at you. There's two of you. Oh, God. There's two of them.
This is. It got boring with just two of us talking.
Well,
Okay, that's better.
Aren't you just so funny? I thought for a second there that Kayleen had come on.
No.
Now I'm gonna find this spot where here it is, where the ball lit up. And when you're done playing around, I can look at that. Ooh, that's ugly. What is that? There's a weird looking wish doll. Look at that. Or troll doll is what I meant to say. And Frankenstein.
There is Kevin's best buddy.
I don't even know what that is. What is that? A dragon?
I just call it a devil.
That's
And there's my Elvis guitar.
Oh.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right, there we go. So I'm back. Okay, you get this set. I was trying to take up time so you could do your thing.
I've got it set up here.
But you got so distracted.
And by you and your goofiness. Let's see here. Let me go ahead and share the screen here. Share audio. There we go. There it is. All right. Patty, what is your last name? She set the cat ball off. Did y'all see that? Oh, that is amazing. Thank you, Patty. Wow. We're going to have some good activity tonight. We're going to have some good activity tonight. Hear her giggle there. We're going to have some good activity tonight.
Is that
Now let me play the cat ball
devices like the
again.
K2 with a little cat ball right there?
That's
Just
me
like I
setting it
did
off
right
there.
now.
So what's the little box in the lower corner there?
The box in the lower corner.
Oh,
Patty,
never mind. I
what's
see
your
what
last
you did.
name?
I saw what you did.
There it
She
is.
set the
There's
cat ball off. Did y'all see that? Oh, that is amazing. Thank you, Patty. Wow. I think we're going to have some good activity tonight. I think we're going to have some good activity tonight. I think we're going to have some good activity tonight.
See here, giggles. She goes, ha ha. And that's when I laughed right behind her. So yeah, that was cool. She set off that. Notice there's nothing there. I didn't touch it. I asked her a question.
Patty, what is your last name?
see,
She set the cat ball off. Did y'all see that? Oh, that is amazing. Thank you, Patty.
That stayed lit for quite a bit.
Yeah.
It wasn't just a minor thing, and I didn't see any movement on that. Was that your bed?
Yeah, that's on my bedspread there, and
guys, I told you he sleeps with these dolls.
I don't sleep with him.
He cuddles up with them.
Look. I don't sleep
Last
with him.
name.
Okay, here's
She
he
set
says
the ball off. Did y'all see that? Oh, that is amazing. Thank you, Patty. Wow. I think we're going to have some good activity tonight. Was that you laughing? Oh, Patty, that was amazing.
But that was awesome.
so. Lockbeard said I was getting my track on when I saw this live stream on brainstorming a story about young Pickard. But what actor could play believably a young Patrick Stewart? KJ Apa. Do you know KJ Apa? Apa?
I don't know anything about that. No.
I don't know a KJ Apa. Apa. If I ever pronounced that.
After so many years of Patrick Stewart, it's kind of hard to picture anybody else playing.
KJ Apa. Kennedy James Fitzgerald Apa, a New Zealand actor, singer, and musician, began acting playing Kane Jenkins in the New Zealand primetime soap opera. So a soap opera star, okay, from New Zealand. That's of course I don't watch soap operas or whatever, so I guess that would take me away from knowing much about that, right?
I don't know anything about that.
So anyway,
what in the world?
My microphone.
Well, ain't that just cute? Is that a spirit box?
So I did 2 weddings last Saturday.
Yeah.
And one of them was out at Logan Martin Lake on the lake there. That girl, the bride, she has a whole story. Every Halloween, they've got like a big yard, a front yard that's bigger than your front yard, believe it or not.
Ooh. And
she decorates it with all these. We got to go by there. She wants us to come by Halloween because she does it up. She don't have those blow up things, those cheap things you got.
Hey, ain't cheap.
She's got those animatronics. I mean, she's yeah. Yeah. So Lockbeard said that's him, and he thinks he could pull it off. I don't know. I guess so. I don't know. So anyway, I don't know. Again, Kayleen and Chip were going to join us. She hasn't even seen my message with the link yet. Oh, there goes the ghost box again.
So that is a ghost box.
No, it's just a little Halloween prop.
Oh, okay. I
But
wonder.
it's pretty neat though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
On the air. Why don't we do? Have you got your equipment nearby there for your spirit box and whatnot?
Yeah, I got it right down here.
All right. Why don't we do a little spirit box session? Turn your lights down low. Get your cat ball. Adjust your camera a little bit, and let's.
That's my camera.
Well, where it points down to your desk, and you can see the cat ball.
I don't know if I can do it on the stand. It's just kind of sitting on a stand up here, so I don't.
Oh, look at that! Oh, I see your belly.
See, that's falling off here.
All right. Well, get the doll. Thank God you got pants. Thank God you got pants on. Thank God you got pants on.
Yes, I got pants on. Yeah.
So put your doll up there, and let's do that. We got Georgia Con 1234 has joined us. Hello, Georgia Con 1234. We're gonna do a.
I don't know. That's probably. I don't know if this would be why. I mean, computer will probably set this off. So
I don't know. Leave it there. Just set it.
We'll leave it there.
No harm in trying.
Here, I'll put it over here. Y'all can see it.
Okay, we've got a ghost hunter. Is it safe to say that Georgia Con 1234 is from Georgia?
There we go.
What part of Georgia are you from, Georgia Con 1234? So he's got a very old doll that came from a friend of ours in Virginia. And we're going to do a little spirit box. We're going to try to communicate with whatever possesses this doll. Or I should say, Kevin is. Oh, look at that.
Oh, I bumped the table.
Oh, yes. All right, let's see. And I've never seen any paranormal. Well, maybe you'll see something paranormal. Stay tuned.
I went in.
Well, Georgia, wait a minute. Georgia 1234, Georgia Con is from where do you say that? Wales. Never seen any paranormal. And Halloween Jack of Texas in the haunted house. Okay, Jack Hunter. And then Georgia Con 1234 is from Wales, South Wales. Not Georgia. Wait, you said Georgia, so I'm just making an assumption. But I would rather you. I like South Wales. There's nothing wrong with that. I've been to Georgia a lot. If you ever get this way, you want to see something paranormal, you need to go to Savannah, Georgia, one of the most haunted little cities in the U.S. of A. Kevin and I both have been there over the years. Kevin had an experience with a spirit cat.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. So we got Jack Hunter. How you doing? We got Georgia Con 1234. How are you guys doing tonight? Lockbeard, are you still on there watching us? And what about Billy Bird Outdoors? You still with us? So what's the doll's name? Let's start there.
I don't think we ever got a name.
Okay. Why don't we ask?
Eileen didn't have a name.
Why don't we ask the spirit box what their name is?
Okay. Let's get the spirit box on here.
You need to turn your light out.
Turn my light out. Might not be able to see. Now, can you hear the spirit box?
You need to turn it up again. You turn it way down.
That right there.
Up a little bit more. I don't know why you turned it way down.
I didn't. Actually, it's all the way up now.
Okay. All right. So if anybody hears anything, Kevin's.
Oh, there goes the.
Okay. So if anybody hears anything, Kevin, you can ask us some questions.
Well, somebody just said fine. Oh, there goes the cat ball again. Wow. Are you playing with a cat ball?
So ask how, what's your name? What's her name? That's
What's your name?
What was that? That was a girl's voice.
Okay, the cat ball keeps going off. Look at that. I'm not touching the cat ball. I'm not even moving.
So
I'm not touching the table.
so
We'll
you're
back
moving
up a
it.
little bit.
You're making the cat ball light up. What is your name? Give us a name.
It might have been the spirit box vibrating.
Okay, this, Billy Bird said play the flute.
No, I did not.
Over in South Wales, it's 1:26. I don't know if that's in the morning. It didn't say AM or PM.
So, what is your name? I'm talking to the spirit with this doll. How old are you? Did you
30?
call?
So like I said, 30.
Oh. Did you cause your doll to fall on the floor a bunch of times?
What did that say? Felicia?
Yeah, Felician or something like that.
Is your name Felicia?
That said haunted.
So the doll is haunted by Felicia.
Is Felicia your name? Call shoe. Did you used to live in Kayleen's house?
Is your name Felicia?
So tell us where you're from. Is there anything that you would like to tell us? Matter? So what is the matter?
Back to help. Yes.
It's okay to talk to us. We just want to know more about you. And you've been in my house here for a while, so not to be scared around me. Yeah, I'm gonna turn this spirit box off for a minute to try something new. I'm closing this door, so if there's anybody trying to use it, back away. I'm gonna count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you. I'm gonna switch because that is so noisy. And let's try this new one of mine.
Oh, the app?
And yeah, because I really want to see if this works anymore. And to Jack Hunter out there, yeah, we know to be polite. When I'm talking to my own in my house here, they're so used to me, I'm so used to them. We just skip the formalities. But yeah, normally if I'm out on an investigation, we're always polite. We don't just go charging in and demanding answers.
Yeah, he's never polite to me though.
Hush.
Just as rude as he can be.
Okay, let me pull on that video to mute you out. All right, here we go. This is the Necrophonic. And this will cut out all the static. Have you got yours on?
Yeah. Oh, I turned my. Are you going already?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was about to say, how's that getting in my headset?
Georgia Conley, UK, is saying good night. Thank you for joining us, Georgia Conley. Have a good night. And we hope to see you soon. Every Tuesday night, we'll do this, and it will be archived. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button and join us every Tuesday night and share. Be nice. Thank you.
I don't know if y'all can hear this.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Want to play a game? So, what is your name Felicia? No. What was that?
I didn't hear what it said. There's a yes. Is your name Felicia?
What? Does it say he's here?
It sounded like
he's here. That's Kevin using his female voice.
Look. I hear a little voice. Is that you?
So Georgia Conley's got that same app, that Necrophonic. That's what you're using?
Yeah.
What do you think of it, Georgia Conley? Have you had success with that app? What do you think of it? Kevin, you're not asking questions.
Well, because you're talking. Okay, how old are you, Felicia? Did you say 3?
Yeah.
Did this doll belong to you? Yeah. What's your doll's name?
Massage his leg.
Look, now this is a serious thing here. We're being serious here. Not to confuse the spirit I'm talking to here. I'm talking into my headset right now. Okay, to the spirit here. Where are you from? Are you from here in the USA? And since if you're 3 years old, let me ask you some questions a 3-year-old might like to answer. What's your favorite game to play?
What?
I do. You like to play games? Do you like playing hide and seek? Okay, I hear you whispering, but I couldn't hear what you were saying. I can't hear what you're saying. You're whispering. How do you like our house here? Did you say no? You don't like the house? Did you like living with Kayleen better? Okay, I heard a no. Do you like all your spirit brothers and sisters here? There's a lot of them, aren't there? The old man heard some giggles outside his cottage one night a few months ago outside the house here. Was that you giggling? Yeah. Oh. Was that yeah, or did you say cat? That sounded like little running footsteps. I heard something say you're such a. If there's any negative spirits, you're gonna need to leave because we don't want any negative spirits here. So I will tell you in the name of Christ to move on. Now, Felicia, if that's your name, did somebody in your house smoke? Because I keep smelling cigarette smoke near your doll. Did you say yes? Or I wonder if that was just Kayleen smoking.
I don't know. Does she smoke? I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah. Somebody said yeah. Do you like to sing songs? Somebody said no. There's multiple answers coming through here.
Yep.
Felicia, what is your favorite song to sing?
Mm.
If you see this little ball on this table in front of me next to the computer there, if you touch that, it'll light up. If you want to give it a try. I'm gonna ask a question, just see what happens. What room are we in? What room are most of my dolls in? I heard a little girl say me. How many spirits are here with me right now? I heard, does that mean there's a lot of them? So do you like to play inside or outside the house?
I said doll. I said doll.
You like to play with your doll?
A male voice said that.
Oh. If it's a male voice, which doll are you with? Or just tell me your name so I know who you are, please.
It's him.
I thought it said, is he here?
Oh,
It might have said it's him. I got big headphones covering my ears.
so anybody that's interested, this will be archived on Facebook. It's archived on Abnormal Alabama on YouTube, and also on My Haunted Dolls on YouTube. So you can go back and see if you hear anything, if you like, and if you do, please put it down in the comment section. And whatever YouTube channel you're watching this on, please take time to hit the subscribe button and a little bell over there to follow us and give us some moral support by being watching our videos. Those are the videos that you like anyway.
I'm gonna ask this. Can you all hear? I'm talking to the spirits. Can you hear Kelsey talking through my headset?
That said my name.
It did?
Yes. Sure did.
Wow.
It is 7:46. I'm going to take a break from that a minute.
Okay.
And for
Yeah.
those newbies that's just joined us, we're going to go back in time a couple of years, 2019, and I want to share what a couple of dolls did on our live show. So watch this YouTube video. It won't take but a few minutes, and then we'll be getting close to the 8 o'clock hour, 1 hour into the show, and we will do some more of this. So pay close attention to this video that I am about to share right now.
I have recently went up to West Virginia to the what was it called? The Afterlife Museum, the Archive of the Afterlife Museum. That place was really interesting. They had all kinds of dolls that were haunted, were supposedly haunted. They had death masks. They actually had a the cap they would put on death row inmates when they got the chair. I mean, it was bizarre, and I thought, yeah,
What happened?
like 20 seconds ago, I thought, yeah, I ignored it. I ignored it because I thought it was my eyes.
I do really. It was this one right here, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Screen.
I didn't
see. I missed it.
I
I was just trying to see the head kind of wobble like it was trying to turn.
yeah. I thought my eyes were playing with me.
Joe, you want to take that one home with you?
As long as it's temporary. They had death masks. They actually had a the cap they would put on death row inmates when they got the chair. I mean, it was bizarre, and I thought, yeah,
What happened?
like 20 seconds ago, I thought, yeah, I ignored it. I ignored it because I thought it was my eyes.
Alabama, and we're going to build a museum on it.
That'll be cool.
It's going to be a haunted museum and a Bigfoot museum, artifacts, and for storytelling and that kind of stuff.
Right. I had recently went up to West Virginia to the what was it called? The Afterlife Museum, the Archive of the Afterlife Museum. That place was really interesting. They had all kinds of dolls that were haunted, were supposedly haunted. They had death masks. They actually had a the cap they would put on death row inmates when they got the chair. I mean, it was bizarre, and I thought, yeah,
What happened?
like 20 seconds ago, I thought, yeah, I ignored it. I ignored it because I thought it was my eyes.
I do really. It was this one right here, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Screen.
Yeah.
See. So there you go. There you go, folks. That happened live on the show. So you never know what's going to happen. And sometimes when you're least prepared for it, that was a live stream that we did. We've been doing this now for quite a while, Kevin and I. My gosh, Kevin, September the 4th, 2019 is when we did that. And yeah, that would have been, if you're looking at the screen, it would have been on your left, Billy Bird. And so that happened right on live on the show. We were not looking for it, wasn't prepared for it, wasn't even thinking about it at that point. We were just talking. The guy that we were on the show with us was from Bristol, Tennessee. And we were just talking about haunted stuff. And all of a sudden, Kevin and he both saw those dolls move.
Yes, it was creepy, and I've still got those dolls. And I did later a little bit of a video, spirit box video with those dolls. Was a month later, I think.
Yeah.
And got a little bit of movement. It was in the dark, so it was real dim, but you can get a little bit of movement. And I got sounded like an adult woman and a young child, a girl talking. So I think
Mhm.
one of them's got an adult, the other one's got a child with it. There's two of those dolls, and I've still got them together in here in the doll area.
It's a fascinating thing out there. So you never know. And if you ever got involved in a lot of paranormal investigations or whatever, a lot of things that you catch, it happens when you're not even looking for it. I'm not saying you can't catch something when you're actively involved in trying to catch something, but most of the profound experiences I've had, I wasn't even tuned into it. It just, what was that?
Yeah. Look at that. And I sleep well with mine. They don't bother me. Now, early on, you go back to 2013 and 14 when I was getting more and more dolls, I would have activity was a lot higher. I think they're all settled in now, but there was a night when I laid down, I was trying to go to sleep, and my cat was laying next to me, and then I felt a little hand reach over and start petting my hair. And then another night, I laid down to go to bed. I'm laying there, and I feel what feels like a little child climb up on the bed next to me and kind of lay down. Then I feel another one on this side, then another. I think it was like 3 of them slid up on the bed. And I put up a video the next night. I don't know if it's out on my YouTube page or not there, but I put up it ran for 6 hours. The only thing I caught was at one point, an hour after I fell asleep, my cat is laying there bathing herself. She's not moving. You hear a little girl hum. You hear her go, uh-huh. And at the foot of the bed, you see the comforter get tugged, like somebody pulling to straighten it out at the foot of the bed. And that's where the camera is. So it's closest to the camera there. You can see it like a hand took it and pulled it. And when I saw that, now the hum was baffling, but when I saw that tug, I thought, well, that's just my foot moving under the covers. And I sent it to my buddy Phil up in New York. He does all kinds of photography, videography, and he goes in and analyzes that thing. And he's able to outline, he said, look, your feet are over here. Both of them. You can see this tug is over here. That is not your foot moving under there. and it's pulling out. It's not just movement,
Well, this is Abnormal Alabama, and I'm over here with Kevin, myhauntedolls.com, and we've got YouTube channels, we've got Facebook pages, and we live stream every Tuesday night. Kevin writes books. He's into his 14th book now that he talked about earlier in the show. He's got a bunch of books on Amazon.com and other places, as well as his website. I've got a few books too. And datingthedead.com is where you can learn about the most bizarre book that I've got put together of stories of people that have interesting relationships with dead people. So you got to read that. And I tell you what, it is 7:54. Let's take a little journey. And we're talking about dolls tonight. So let's go visit somebody here. A friend of ours whose name we mentioned earlier. So here we go.
I recognize that.
Yeah.
This is Mama Cherie Shoon, and her House of Dolls.
So she lives right over in Georgia, near the little town that I never can remember the name of, where they did a lot of the filming for the series The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
And Kevin and I both have a little video of that little town as well. Look at these dolls. She put her collection puts Kevin's collection to shame. I hate to say it.
And I have spent multiple nights at her house there with her family. I always sleep in the guest room, which she converted into it's where the majority of the dolls are. It's the doll room. And they are just surrounding you. And she's got this antique bed there. And that's where I sleep when I visit. There's always some little noises, movement, but it doesn't scare me at all. I feel like they like when I visit. There's the one that she caught moving on. She had a video on YouTube. Its arm moved on camera. And she's got all these other things, teddy bears, and I guess any kind of doll you could think of. She's got it there, vintage, antique.
Now, I had a video of your dolls, but I don't think we made one.
Not this box. She would not come near that one.
Oh, here is our drive into town.
So I put on my
Yeah. That's me and Cherie in the front seat.
I'd already got the box where I was waiting. The case I had printed, I pulled out the crucifix and put it on.
Yeah, we're going to go look for zombies now.
Yeah, this is going to the set of The Walking Dead.
Oh, that's good. I did that and it worked. That's the first time I've ever blessed a bad item. I'm glad I can do it. But I got actually oh, I got some, holy water. My holy water came from it from there. And as I'm praying and splashing, I feel a tug and the crucifix by itself rips back here and just comes falling off. And I remember that the split second happened. I remember that don't show fear. Right. So because I could scare you, but I didn't stop. I bent down, I picked it up, and I put it on the doll. Right. And I kept going until I felt better. The nausea went away. I put her in the case, put more holy water around the inside, sealed it up. I've not opened it since. But after it was sealed, I felt better, and the cat came back in the room. So I knew it was fine. I stayed in touch with it.
I'm telling about the time I blessed that demonic doll.
Mhm, yeah.
That's still sitting in here in a case.
So whatever I did, it worked. And that was the second time I blessed it. The first time was the mirror, and that was
All right. We're
I felt like it.
Cherie.
Probably something I could
You have a couple of
background.
First of all, you've got a Facebook group page that you invite people to share their stories. What's that?
There's my holy water.
I have a good friend that had a teenage daughter. She's in her 20s. That started doing it. She was a teen. She was like, I want $100. Can I get $100? No. It's not a party. It's got some cool, TV.
Yeah, a lot of people want to get into doll collecting for haunted dolls for fun and entertainment.
So I want everybody to pay attention to this video and recognize who's doing all the talking. See, he accuses me of being yakety yak. Listen, I hadn't said two words.
Kayakis, you stayed quiet and filmed us talking. Look, here we go back to the dolls.
Mm-hmm.
Look at all these dolls in that room. It's an ocean of dolls. Look at all.
I should say, people have found me.
And the majority of them have a spirit attachments. There's a lot of ghosts in there.
And that's the room that Kevin sleeps in when he goes visit Cherie.
She even got that full size mannequin there peeking around the case over there. Oh, these are amazing. These dolls.
And
she makes me she makes me jealous, and then that's a fortune. That room is a fortune of dolls. Some of those dolls are expensive.
it just says I think it says creepy dolls and Cherie Show.
There was one out there.
I film stuff, and then especially if I catch something in here, and then I just put it on YouTube because usually from my phone to Facebook, it doesn't download very well.
Mhm,
at all.
mhm.
So I just put it on YouTube,
Gosh,
and then I put it on Facebook.
Right.
look at all these.
I'm sure it's probably the last time you were over there was when I was with you.
Yeah, this was the last time.
They'll.
That was right before the pandemic started.
My name comes up, or
Mhm.
they actually.
This was January 2020.
So you
There's the bed I
you-
sleep in.
You've been had this going on for a while.
For me to video that was overwhelming because it's like there's just so many dolls. Try to get them all.
Yeah.
There's the room that
Yeah,
she
the little-
uses to repair dolls.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, and she's got her clown dolls in there. Look at that.
Yeah,
Look at all those clowns.
I wouldn't even say the house was.
All
haunted,
in the
I'd say land was
clowns.
haunted. And so,
There's even a Santa Claus doll in there, if you notice.
or something.
If anybody's got a headless doll, she's got extra heads.
Mhm.
It's actually a very small house, but
Yes.
and even people like we had friends for the night.
Annabelle.
would see awful things.
That's multiple Annabelles there.
Only my good friends would stay. Other friends wouldn't come back. So I think Kevin has a new friend.
So we're going to get into this in a little bit. You've got, you probably don't even have an exact count as to dolls because I noticed you collect and then you
I
adopt some out, and I think that maybe something's going to happen.
Ooh,
over here.
there's the one I brought home.
Sitting there, just a man with a doll in his lap.
So anyway, roughly how many dolls do you think you have? He said 600 some time ago. Never have I seen
It could
such
be
a
600,
wide
it could be
array
close to
of dolls. This is
800,000.
truly, I mean, really, and the more you look, the more I see.
There's
more you
little,
look,
even down to little
and
ones.
the
So,
variety
I
you
would
see.
say roughly between 800 to
it's
1,000.
totally.
Yeah.
So, and I have some.
Here's
the mannequin.
Yeah.
It's kind of
From
throughout.
Arizona.
But
This is your main.
this is the main one, yeah. So,
Well, I mean, you've even, where was that? Over there in the little glass bulbs, you got little bitty
oh,
dolls.
yes, yep. I got tiny little dolls. Those are,
Ooh.
I'm trying to remember the name. They actually have a scent. They were made in the 1960s. You know what I'm talking about?
Kind of like an air
They're made
freshener
by
thing.
Motel.
Kind of like an air freshener thing.
Yeah, no, it was almost like a scent, like an aroma thing, but they didn't
Okay.
know aromas back in the 60s. But when you would, I remember when I was a little girl, I'd go into a Kmart and walk past this huge display, and all you smelled was these dolls. And I was like, and I wound up getting a couple. Me and my sister. They're called Middletons, I think. They're called
Middleton.
yeah, there's something like that. But they're perfume dolls. One's honeysuckle, one's lilac, one's cotton candy.
Oh man.
So they have smells, and they still hold a slight fragrance to them still. So
And
they're
you're
really
still
like,
filming.
They come in these little perfume dolls.
You know, I asked Cherie about dusting that doll room. I said I'd hate to have to do that. She said, I never find any dust in there.
I came to bed.
It's like they dust themselves off.
Something was pinching or poking.
And it's an older
What
house.
is this?
Yeah.
And I sat up and I thought it something biting me, or was that one of the spirits poking me, or what? And I get up to go in the bathroom check and look, and when I get in there, the shower sliding door was open.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought, well, maybe you had come back in there. I thought, well, I'll leave it open in case she needs it open for the dogs or something. And then I asked her the next morning. She said, I've been in there.
I was out. I was sleeping.
Oh man.
I got a bathroom upstairs.
Yeah.
You're not gonna come downstairs in the middle of the night. No.
Yeah.
And,
Not unless I hear a
Now,
loud.
now you
noise.
told an interesting story. Oh, you got another story from in here.
I'm trying to think. There had to been another one. I know. Well, the funny one was that one right over there. I think. No. It might have been this one. One of the masterpiece dolls.
I think it is.
First time I ever came in here,
Yeah.
I seen your daughters out there first.
Oh.
I come in, I'm walking around looking. I look over. I thought it was one of them right there at the side of the bed. And I said, "Oh, wait." And I looked, and I was like, "That's a doll." It looked just like her.
This kid over there in the corner, who's a tall kid, and the
Actually,
red.
he's out of stool.
Oh,
Is he?
That's a 1950s Ideal.
He's still a big
Peter,
dog,
Peter Pell. Yeah, he's 35, 35 inches tall.
but he's right behind there, like he's peeking around that girl's head.
Oh,
one
yes,
eye.
yes. He's like,
There's a
Yeah.
tall one over here. What's the dark hair?
Well, that girl right
That's
there
Ashton.
between the
but
Ashton.
he's play pal
Mhm.
doll as well.
Yeah.
But he's 1980s, I think it is.
Okay, there was one, that guy in Vicksburg that has the doll shop that was on Ghost Adventures.
Oh, yes.
I went through there a few years, it was year 4 last,
Mhm.
and he's 80 something years old, but he runs that thing himself, stepped around there, and he had every kind of dog from now going back to 19 whatever.
So now
Favorite
this. Oh, I'm sorry.
Harry's one of them, and he actually I got him from a friend of mine, Donna. She's a doll collector, and she got him. Excuse me, she got him lunch.
She got him lunch.
I know.
She got him lunch, okay.
Well, he had her for lunch. Kind of gave him, or he gave her a ride in a way. Scared the pants off of her. A lot of weird things were happening for the week that she had him, and she called me one night, kind of freaking out, and she told me if I could check him out. So she brought him over the next day, and I checked him out. And first thing, as soon as I opened the door, she had him in her arms, and I was thinking, oh boy, So I knew right there. I was like, oh, okay, this doll's haunted. And she told me all kinds of freaky stuff. We put him on the couch, and she went to go, went to my dog to look at some more dolls that she was thinking about adopting or buying. Because I have a lot of haunted dolls, doesn't mean that all of them are haunted. Some of them are just dolls. So anyway, she put him on the couch, and then my husband, as far as the paranormal, doesn't have a bone of. He's never experienced anything, so he's just it's kind of
It's your hobby to him.
yeah, he doesn't feel anything. He wants to.
Yeah.
He's gone to a lot of haunted locations with me,
Yeah.
but he hasn't really had an experience except one. I'll tell you about that. But anyway, he walks past the doll, and he goes upstairs and he talks to us, and he goes, "Who's the creepy guy on the couch?" And I was just like, "What?" And it was funny because he never says things like that, so it was really hilarious. But that he really spoke to me, and I told her I will trade him for the dolls that you want. And she says, and this was, she had took the doll back home with her. I said, actually I was waving with his hand, and she totally forgot about him. And I'm like, Donna, I said, did you take your doll? And she goes, oh, and she just kind of like, totally just kind of zoned out. So she goes, okay. So she went home, and then I thought, I'm going to see if she wants to trade, because she wanted some dolls. I said, I'm going to see if she wants to trade him across. So I called her and I said, it's an option if you don't want to keep him because of all the experiences that you're feeling with him, we can trade for the dolls that you want. And she goes, okay. She goes, let me think about it. But she goes, I think that's going to work. So the next morning, she says, I'm on my way. And I was like, oh no, what do you do now? She came to my house, and she was on the driveway, and she was sitting there in her car, and she had her daughter, and the windows started going up and down by themselves, and she about had a cow. She like flipped out and started. She thought, well, it had to be my daughter. She goes, stop playing with the windows. She goes, I'm not playing with the windows. She goes, well, who's doing it? And then she looked, and his boot. She says the way her door is, you have to really push really hard on, 'cause, the type of car it was. You have to push really hard to get that window to roll down. Well, his boot was lodged on it, like he was pushing it, and she didn't know, couldn't explain it, but she says it wasn't just going down, it was going up too. So
Up and down.
So anyway, she jumped out of the car and ran to my front door, and all I heard was this, and I was like, as soon as I opened the door, she threw the doll, and she goes, here, you can have them. It was just like, and I was like, oh my God. So she told me that. She told me a lot of things. There was another thing too, that she has a fan, a window fan. Well, when he came into the house, when she first got him, that fan had up and disappeared. She didn't know where it was. This is a big box,
With the
fan.
window fans.
Yeah, well, it's one of those, you know what I'm
Yeah,
talking about?
yeah.
And she said, and she started yelling at her boyfriend, saying, women in heat, they don't like the hot. It just don't, So we always have all these fans going, and we freeze out guys all the time. But she had her window fan, and it was up and gone. So she started gotten a little spat with her boyfriend. He says, "I didn't touch it." And then the next thing was the remote controls. They're always in the place. Ever since she's had TVs, they're always in a certain place. Well, those are up and gone. So there were things missing on top of noises that she was hearing, on top of a lot of other things that were going on since he had gotten into the house. And so anyway, we do the trade, and she still hadn't. Oh, I said, "Have you found your fan yet?" She goes, and that was just that night. She said, "No." The next day, the fan was right where it was before. And she says, "Oh my God, the fan is there." It just reappeared. And I said, "How about your remotes?" And she said, "No." And I turned to Harry. I said, "Give her back her remotes." And so I think the next day, the remotes were back where they were supposed to be. The doll had also, every time I talked to her on the phone, on our cell phones, there would be this static going on. And I'm like, and I was like, "What is going on?" And he hung up on her like 3 times in a row. And my phone usually doesn't do that. So I kept calling, or she kept calling me back. She goes, and she kept saying, "Harry, I'm not taking you back. I promise, I'm not taking you back." And I just basically turned around and said, "Stop doing that." And the phone was fine. So there was a lot of like stuff with, noises, things being lost or just disappearing.
Almost like poltergeist stuff.
Yeah, just the interfering with frequencies like on phones, lamps. He thought it was really funny when I had him that first night that he banged on my door at, what is it, 5 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning? And I was like, and I'm like, "What the hell is that?" I'm just laying there, and I heard this banging. And so I get up and I open the door, and there's nobody there. Well, I said, "Well, since I'm up, I'm going to go to the restroom." So I go to the restroom. And when I'm in there, I could hear the banging again on the door. And I'm like, "What the hell?" And so I go back to the door, open it. There's nobody there. I'm like, "Ah!" I said, that's enough. I have to go to sleep because I have to get up. So he's done things like that. He's also made the rest of the room laugh, like the children.
So just like audience of people laughing.
He likes to. He thinks he's a practical joker.
And his name is Harry?
Harry.
This is the same one that you said you couldn't quit saying Harry.
Yeah, when I was leaving from here that time a few years ago, and I just even outside getting in the car, I said, "So we're gonna go eat at the restaurant we just came. So we're gonna go to somebody, Harry." And she just dying laughing. It just came out.
Is that normal?
When he likes somebody, he really attaches to them. And
I was like, "Harry, you gotta stay. You can't go."
his whole name is Timothy Harrison, and but they called him Harry. And I think he's about like probably, I don't know, 8 or 9 year old kid, good tall kid, 1800s. I can't remember what he died from. I don't. All I know is that he's a practical joker. He'd be one of the kids that would do stuff and go hide behind the barn and just watch and just, laugh.
Yeah. Couple of questions. The first doll you got from the Mexican lady.
Oh, yes.
Do you still have that doll?
I don't.
Oh.
It's funny because I had her for a long time. My mom lived in LA, and the rest of my family lived in Fresno, and I would go visit my mom, and I had the doll there, and her boyfriend at the time had passed away.
That girl from New Orleans is the tallest doll.
Yes.
See, is the tallest one you have now. The clown out front's very tall.
I just got him recently from somebody who posted him not far from us. So my husband had seen it, and my husband goes, "Ooh, I know my wife would like this," and so he showed it to me. I was like, "Ooh, I really like that," So I got him, and I love him.
You know what kind of doll that is?
Is that
It looks like a handmade doll, really, to me.
Is the head ceramic?
I think it's ceramic.
I thought it might have been wood when I first touched it. smooth, real smooth wood.
It was
I
kind of
guess-
funny because the head's real small for the body on there.
It is.
Yeah.
The little
Shoot,
hand, the fingers, there has wires except for one, the pinky. I don't know if the wire broke, and the same thing with.
Did you
thumb.
put the rings on it? Were
I
they
did.
okay?
Yeah, he
So
wanted rings.
when I went in this room and looked at the clowns and different things, it looks like your repair room in
Yeah,
there.
it is. It is.
Yeah.
I had to put my comb somewhere, so I put them on the shelves.
Yeah.
Oh
So,
yeah, that was there.
yeah,
Uh,
People
a whole
looking,
bunch of
staring
them.
at me right there. That green.
Yeah.
Now, I know a lot of people are into dolls. You're not the only one.
Oh yeah.
Kevin's into it, and
Oh,
he's
there's a huge lot of people in Georgia.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got
What makes you think I'm into it?
so even more than you.
One of your dolls
Wow.
told me.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they were selling them.
Yeah.
That loudmouth doll, I told her
You're
to keep
not.
her mouth
This is
shut.
I say a hobby. Is that fair?
Yep.
Okay. Because I know, like you said, you're in the paranormal,
Mhm.
and the dolls kind of fell in line with that, I guess, somewhere along the road.
Yes and no. I'm an artist, so
That's your studio out there.
yeah, I'm a hairstylist. I do oil paintings. I do sculptures.
I know that's right.
I actually I got into dolls because I love the art of them. I love the way they look, and especially old ones. I mean, the first doll that I ever got, I actually seen at a flea market with my mom. We were going through this. It was like at a drive-in. They had a huge flea market.
Hmm.
We're going down one aisle, and there was a lady with an old car, and she had a bunch of old antique dolls on it. And I thought that was real cool because I'd never seen anything like that before. And it looked like the one that I wound up getting was a Shirley Temple lookalike. I didn't know it at the time. I just thought it was the coolest thing. She looked really creepy and cool. And I remember she had a little crack right here, just give that little thing of, creepy. And so I was just all fascinated because she had like teeth and stuff. And I never seen dolls that had teeth like that and then little tongue. And my mom was like looking at me saying, "Do you like that?" And I said, "Yeah." And, and she goes, would you want to buy it? And I said, "Yeah." And so she looked at the Spanish lady because I think it was a Mexican lady. She talked to her in Spanish. How much do you want for the doll? And the lady said 10. So my mom says, "Do you really want it?" And I said, "Yeah." So she got it for me, and I just thought she was so fascinating. And then when I got in the back seat, I was in the back seat with my doll, and she was really tall, so I turned her on her side. She was looking at me, and when I turned her on her side, her eyes flipped up like that, and I went screaming. My mom's like, "What?" And I'm like, I said, "This doll's eyes are moving. It flipped up and looked at and she just like started laughing. She goes, "Look," she goes, "dolls back in the day had teeth, had tongues, their eyes went side to side, sides opening, and all that stuff." And sure enough, I thought it was just got really cool. So we think that she probably took the doll. So anyway, that doll I did not have anymore, but I now have a bunch of Shirley Temple dolls that are very similar, and they're back in there. And some of them are haunted, and one of them thought she would scare the hell out of some of my friends at the salon. It was funny because she about freaked out because me and her and one of the owners had closed down the salon, because what I mean by that is we stay late and do clients. And then, so we were the only two, plus one of the owners that was there. And so we're turning off the lights, and it was a good sized place. Turn off the lights, and I had my doll in the break room. While she was walking around, she had just got out one of the tanning beds, and she was cleaning up everything. She had walked around the break room, and she heard somebody in her ear giggling and whispering, and my friend's eyes just popped open and like, okay. And she starts walking around real quick. She goes, "Your doll is laughing and making little, sounds and talking in my ear." And she goes, "This scared the hell out of me." So I went back over there, and I thought it was so funny because it's fun to see some of my friends, not to say that it's fun to watch them be scared, but it is. It is fun because they're so funny.
So speaking of that, did you have a washer or dryer going here a few minutes ago?
Mm-mm.
When you left,
Mhm.
we both heard this, right? What was that noise?
The music.
Yeah. It wasn't my phone.
I heard it out there earlier. I thought it was his phone. because
Yeah,
he
it was
getting on
like
it.
little music
sounds
thing. It
like-
should be on the video.
Really?
But I can't remember if I turned the video off immediately or not. But
It was kind of pretty.
none of I checked all my devices, my smartwatch. I mean, I've never heard that
There was
sound
nothing
before.
actually on, even the TV that was on in the family room.
Yeah.
off.
Oh, and that's way over there. This was like right
Yeah,
here.
I thought it was.
It was
his
just
phone.
right here.
Yeah, sometimes we've
And it was
actually heard-
a very distinct, almost like you used it as a ringtone on your phone. That's how distinct and loud it was. It wasn't faint.
Oh, was it his phone?
And I'm looking, it's like, I've never heard that sound. I checked all my devices. There's no messages, nothing. Plus, I've never had that kind of setting on them,
Right.
It was a weird song.
Oh, I remember that. That was the first time I was ever here. That creepy doll party you had, and I left the voice recorder on my phone on in here, and there was music on there. You remember that?
Oh.
Now that it
Was
kinda
that the
like
similar
that.
music?
Actually, you know, I have heard that, and I don't even know where.
It sounded like it was right over here, didn't it?
I thought it was your phone. I thought it was
Yeah,
right
he
here.
thought it was coming from me, and it's like it was in my,
So I didn't
left
react.
ear.
I just thought it was a chime.
and my phone is over here. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
And it was coming from over here, and I thought, well, maybe my smartwatch, but
There have been some people have heard actually even a piano.
this
Yeah,
was
you're like-
like just very clear, crystal clear. We both heard it. It was not any faint.
No,
Did I hear
it was-
something? No, this was
Right.
like,
Loud in your
what's
face.
going on? Yeah. Another very pragmatic question here that's troubled me ever since I've seen this awesome collection of dolls. And I'm sure it's troubled you. Do you have special insurance on all this stuff?
No.
I know
yeah,
it's a
yeah.
horrible thing to ask,
No,
but
no, no. And actually, I've had a lot of people tell me about that. It's because also, I think a high insurance with the
To
things in the
cover
house.
in content.
But I really do need to look into
I mean, some of this is
Insurance on the dolls.
irreplaceable.
right. I mean, some of these dolls, are like from the 1800s,
Hmm.
and like these ball jointed German dolls.
Right.
Especially like the tall ones like
Mhm.
that. Those are, I mean, I got that from the. Some of these dolls are very expensive, and some in the hundreds, but some of them can go as high as like, especially when I go to a lot of doll shows, I see the value of them, and I have a book, a lot, which has changed, from then to now. But the dolls, they can be very pricey.
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean, I'm sorry, but just seeing all this, like, what do you do? I mean, catastrophes happen,
Right.
tornadoes hit. You just, nature does its thing.
All right, good night to you, Billy Bird.
Good night, Billy Bird. Thank you for joining us.
Deal, but I would hope that
Have a wonderful
Yeah.
evening. We'll
Bye-bye.
see you next week.
Yeah.
let's say-
Remember, this is archived,
Your daughter's gonna
and you
take
come back and
care
watch
of
it
you.
again or watch the rest of it later. We still got
Yeah.
about
For your kids,
30
share
minutes
your
to go.
interest. They're not going to ditch your hobby.
Yeah, that's-
Actually, especially my older sons, they really likes my doll
Okay,
collection.
so
Mhm.
okay,
Yeah,
that's
so
good.
my girls, especially Autumn, my oldest daughter, she really loves it. I mean, they both do. I mean, all my children do. It's something they've always kind of lived
Mhm.
with, so
They grew up with it. You
yeah,
already doing
and
it.
that's
yeah.
why they don't fear any of it. I mean, some of their friends come in, they're like, "Oh my god," but
That makes me think I don't think I ever told you this before, but should anything happen to me, now my sister, there's a few of my dolls she wants. There's a lot of it just terrify her, and she stayed on me for the longest time. That you need to do a will, because I'm not gonna take those dolls when you die.
right.
So I finally broke down. Even though that was a few years ago, before I was even 40. I was like in my late 30s, and I went ahead and did a will. I did put in there whatever. She gets all my stuff because my dad. I respect all that. But my brother is really disabled.
On eBay, she's known as the Witch Queen.
Yeah.
So, and I invited her to my Facebook and to my group. And she didn't come for a while, but then she finally said, I really want to try your group. So she did, and everybody loved her. But yeah, but that's the only one I would think that would be calling. And a lot of people that see him want him.
So while we were here earlier, there was a knock
at the door that you told her
Mhm.
about, and she left. And within a minute or two of her leaving, we heard music in here.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
right there. I thought it
Nothing
was
that I've ever heard before, and it wasn't faint at all. It was nowhere near faint.
I hope it's on video.
I don't remember if I turned my camera off when she left at that moment or not, but it was all, he thought it was my phone.
Yeah, because I heard it out there before
Mhm.
when he.
But my
left
phone
the
is on my
car.
right side, and this was coming in my left ear. Like I was sitting right where you are, and it was coming from right over there. So that was interesting.
There's a
Mhm.
Phone
lot of-
chime or
a lot of voice. Well, I also have music boxes in some of these dolls, but they're not wound up. But occasionally you'll hear what sounds like a music box, or I've had somebody said that they've heard a violin in here before,
Hmm.
A piano, like somebody playing a piano, and but just and sometimes you'll even hear voices and singing and laughing,
Huh.
pounding, slamming doors and stuff like that.
Did I
What?
tell you about the tiny chatty baby that I got two of them from her? One of them's in my book, but the other one that AJ
Oh yes.
adopted out to me.
Mhm.
I think the other one's name is Katie, and AJ would say that whenever she'd have her out, the doll would play with her husband's feet, or he'd
Mm,
feel little
mhm.
fingers tickling his like a little girl. And it still is. I don't know. It might be rare because it's still got the cord that works.
Kevin.
To feed me and stuff like that.
Oh, okay, yes.
And
Look
I
how
tried
long
to
your
find
hair
it,
was.
And listen, it said, "Feed me, Kevin." No camera on when it happened. So I'm trying to get with a camera on.
Wouldn't do it
try to,
again. Wouldn't do it.
Oh,
feed
wow.
me and whatever else.
That's kind of like Simone. I seen this doll. Supposedly she was in
Yeah,
Ceremony
Bewitched.
Magic. Yeah. And I guess non-human was attached to it.
Hmm.
As soon as I seen her, I was attracted to her, and I had to have her. And I think she has a unique look. She almost looks homemade.
Hmm.
But as soon as I seen her, I said, the name, it's Simon, is what I kept coming up with. I thought he kept saying Simon, but the person who had her,
Mhm.
but it was Simone. And well, I won her, and then I got her, and there's actually a written story. I have to find it, but there's a written story about her and all the things that she's been around. But I actually, when I opened her up, she says, "My name is Simone," and I was like, huh? And I looked at her and I started squeezing her to see if there was a voice box. And I was like, huh, she just spoke to me. And there's nothing in her.
Nothing.
You know, so it was, I was like, wow. So he had sent me the story with her. So I'm like, well, she definitely, and that's the name I kept hearing was Simone. So it was very, very interesting. I caught in like mist or fog
Mhm,
around her.
mhm. Like I caught in this corner earlier.
I get that a lot in this room. It just sometimes it'll be so dense in here. I'm thinking, geez, I need a fog light in here or something. I mean, it gets really just overwhelming, and I don't know if I'm just seeing it with my eyes or if it really is there. So I'll take pictures of it, and sometimes I capture it. And I know when he's stayed the weekend here, and we'll do like a what is it called?
We did the spirit box. And the
Yeah, we'll do the spirit
EVP
box and everything, and I'll take pictures and stuff. And he had these huge orbs flying around him and stuff. And there was this light kept popping in there on the corner.
Yeah,
And I was
it
like,
was,
what?
I thought it was kind of like a little mist or something.
Yeah,
I
there was.
don't know.
Yeah, it was really misty in
Oh,
here.
there's
I have the
always-
pictures. I gotta find them, but they're on my phone somewhere. But
Maybe on the creepy doll page.
yeah,
They get you.
you saw it? Now you know the person here that we got it from originally was they owned it and built his house, and his name was Byron, and he smoked and pipe. We don't smoke,
Mhm.
and none of my dolls smoke either. Yeah.
You sure?
I know, but
Well, I gotta-
the lady was a dog collector, and it was really, really strange because there was dolls all over the house, and I said, "Oh my gosh, this is really strange. This is a younger version of us, the people we bought it from." And so it was just really, really kind of uncanny, I thought. But he had passed away. He died of cancer. And but he used to smoke a pipe. I even have his pipe around here. I found it. They left it, and I thought, this is kind of cool. I'm going to keep it because it might be him. But he has been seen around here, especially in the barn. And some people have seen somebody in there or somebody working there where he used to work all the time. And so it's kind of interesting. My husband will occasionally smell it when he's walking between the barn and the house, and he'll smell the strong cigar or pipe or something. So it's kind of strange, I haven't really smelt that, but I've seen a lot of stuff in my house, but in this room, and I've seen a lot of apparitions. But yeah, that fog thing, that always happens a lot. It's strange, but it's cool, but it's just really like, where is that coming from? When I'm taking pictures, okay, or sometimes I see it visually. So
did that bring back any memories?
Yes, it did. It brought back plenty of memories, and that was a fun time, a good afternoon.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yes, I
enjoyed
did too.
I want to share to make it easy for us tonight, since we weren't prepared and we got I don't know what happened to our guest, but I want to share. I want to share another video.
Okay.
And you weren't with me on this one, but I don't know if you've ever been to this particular place. Hold on, let me pull it up here. But this is very, very interesting.
So
Make sure the
very,
audio is
very
there.
interesting.
Are you ready?
Yes.
So this was built out, and understandably,
But keep in mind that this is half of it, because there's another floor underneath the stairwells back in the far corner.
okay.
So,
So start here.
kind of pace yourself.
Oh, my good. Well, you don't have to go to a tour.
Yeah, people see photos of this and they say, "Oh, now this is your store." I say, "No, nothing's for sale."
And this on radio?
Yeah, this is the old time radio corner. Of course, I love
Charlie MacArthur.
all of those old programs, and so that's actually the console radio that my mom listened to when she was a little girl.
Amos and Andy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bringing back stuff. Red Scout.
Oh yeah,
With that little girl up there.
Baby Snooks.
That's him.
Charlie McCarthy,
Yeah. And then games.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Muppet Show. Captain Kangaroo.
Have you ever seen this before?
I don't think so. I thought it was first I thought this was going to be that place downtown that,
No, he's up toward Jasper somewhere. Tom Hollis.
okay. Yeah. Okay. Now I remember.
This is part of his house.
Yeah, I remember now.
Have you been there?
No, I haven't been there, but I
You've
remember this
got-
video
yeah.
now.
You got to check this out.
This is open to the public.
Well, you know he lives there, so you kind of gotta, you gotta get a hold of him and say, "Hey, can we tour?" He loves to show it, so yeah, he'll show it to you.
That was how the stuff was going back.
Yeah, I mean, it's like these. I bet somebody's.
Yeah, for somebody that doesn't collect comic books, I'm sure he knows a lot of them.
Well, you call it pop culture, and that's exactly what it is.
Song of the South.
And Song of the South. I mean, if you found it, you bought it.
Yeah.
And I guess you probably had to work overtime.
He puts you and Sharita shame with all this toy stuff. You barely gone into this, and this is like
Well, you don't
unbelievable.
So this is your baby right here.
Look how far back it goes.
When they see this, they say, "Well, let's predict two things: you're not married, and you're an only child." I say, "Yep, correct on both."
And you don't go fishing or hunting.
That's right.
So I'd rather do this than go fishing or hunting. You
I was
know.
going to say, although looking for this kind of stuff is a type of hunting.
Well,
I guess you'd say. That's why people ask me.
Look at this stuff.
You know, if I buy stuff on eBay.
You've got to check this out. That's all I tell you. You look him up and you get a hold of him, and he will meet you there. Well, it's his house, but he'll tell you when to come by, and he loves to show it off. And it's 2 stories. We walk through here, and then you'll see we go downstairs too. Remember Mr. Peanut?
Yep.
Not exactly fair, and it's the same way with me. I'd rather go out and find the stuff.
Well, you're the,
Dr. Doolittle.
Uh-huh.
see, we're in Dora.
That's right.
Yeah, you're not the American pickers, you're the Dora pickers. What do you do? You,
You know, these little junior myths, they put out a different people. People who come in here kind of get lost in it.
even the Pillsbury Doughboy, Davy Crockett Indian.
A lot of this is the stuff that Gus
There's no way to capture it all. Look at that in the boxes. In the boxes.
Yeah.
There are things here that I didn't even know they made.
playing with that exact record there. Mhm. To give you an example of the kind of things that go on in here at night, all the lights are off. Here, you can
That's an
see
interesting little story you told there.
Uh-huh.
So, do you write stories that involve your?
No,
Collection?
No, I wrote fiction back when I was a kid,
Uh-huh.
but everything I write now is nonfiction.
There is a old calculator right there.
Yeah. That's what we had before.
That's it. That and our fingers and toes. Got two
And started looking for the stuff I used to have as a kid. These bubble bath bottles were the
Mhm.
first things that I was looking for because as a kid.
Can you imagine it?
I know.
And, you know, I had all got disposable income, but.
I bet it's haunted in there.
I can't remember. I'm sure I asked him. I just can't remember what he said.
I remember those.
I don't think he's in the paranormal.
Yeah.
And
Well,
you
that
think
kind of a collection. There's got to be some kind of energy in there.
Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Did he owned all this, or he's collecting?
Yes.
From,
He owns it. That's his
I mean,
stuff.
but I mean, this is all stuff he owned as a kid, or he just
No.
collected all this?
Oh, he started collecting when he was young. And he's
Okay.
been collecting, yeah.
Realized him. I see this Mad magazine.
I've got a video on mine from the yesterday's children in
Almost
Vicksburg, Mississippi,
I hadn't been there.
and he's got
How?
he's got a lot of toys, but his is mostly it's a doll museum. And yet he puts me and Cherie to shame because he's got thousands and thousands of dolls in that thing.
Is it his house or?
And it's a storefront
Okay.
place that he bought to put all that in because he said there was no way they gathered so many they couldn't keep it in the house. So, but they filmed a Ghost Adventures episode there because he has had some paranormal activity.
Someone was really staying up. Now, those full screen talking toys usually don't work anymore, but Mr. Ed here actually still works. What will he say?
You've got every one of them here. And I'm just going to walk through my museum and look at my
No, I hardly ever come in here unless I have visitors, or unless I've gone out and bought something. I need to find where to put it, but I'm too busy to spend a lot of time in here.
Now, what do you want for the Addams Family game?
The Pickers people you were talking about, they contacted me one time because they were going to be coming to this part of the country, but they never. You're done it again.
Oh, we need to get you on stage.
I
I used to watch him. Look at that. Stickers. Oh, my goodness.
And the General Hospital game and the Dark Shadows game. Not to mention the dating game and the newlywed game.
Hollywood Square.
Yeah.
I remember Concentration. Snow White and the Three Stooges.
Yeah.
Oh, and here's everybody's favorite, Casper the Friendly Ghost.
Yeah.
seen Dopey Gillis? Unbelievable. Look at all his glasses. Dick Tracy's over there. I get the Popeye. I hadn't even finished. I still got the hour. Oh my goodness. I don't know. I'm going to swing over here because I think there's another Popeye and a Casper.
He's put on a lot of weight since all those cartoons that he made
I
there.
can't call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I used to watch Captain Kangaroo.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Captain Kangaroo.
So,
And of course, over here is all of our favorite cereals.
Cereals.
yeah.
He still got the food in there.
We had
Super Sugar Crisp.
we had metal cars that had lead paint on them that
Mhm.
chipped. You remember those?
Yeah.
And that was
I remember eating alphabets. I don't know if they still have those around or not, but I ate them when I was a kid.
To the emergency room, she said, "See, stupid, I told you."
that was a favorite thing in the middle of summertime.
Mm-hmm. And they're still good.
I hadn't had that. You lost
Look at all these.
Miniature Disney on
Talking
parade.
about child safety, can you go down the other end, I suppose?
I think we kind of overboard that day.
Could be.
Good grief.
And I couldn't slow down and get everything. I mean, there's so much
Yeah.
in there.
Amazing.
How do you hunt him up on? Is there a name to this place?
Yeah, Tom, he's easy to find.
People reacting to it.
How often do you?
I'll get it after this gets through.
As many as often as
I think it's Tom Hollis.
No, you don't want to get deluged with it, huh?
Yeah, I mean, the more people that find out about it,
I don't know if we have time after, but I've got that Haunted Doll Museum video pulled up.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We show a little bit of it. I mean, that thing is
Back when I was younger, riding was
24 minutes long, so I don't think we should fit the whole thing in. But but I forgot he's got a big Santa Claus statue in that thing.
All right, I'm going to send you the link so you can have his phone number.
Okay.
Who's your publisher?
Well, I've written for 5 or 6 different companies.
Oh, he's a writer too.
Yeah, yeah.
As to what publisher?
Right. Yeah, they all have their own niches.
Okay. Now these are little books. I remember those little books. My goodness, I'm not even going to slow down and look at all this.
I hadn't even gone downstairs yet.
I always enjoy
grief.
because I always said nothing says happy birthday like a little vehicular homicide.
There you go.
You know,
Chasing Barney.
why Bam Bam is trying to run his own father down.
Now, my dad would probably like to go see this.
That'd be a good day trip for you. You know where Dora is.
Yeah, oh yeah, we know where. Is that where he is?
Yep, yep.
Oh well, we know where to go to Dora.
Yeah.
I'm sure they did. Maybe they went to different schools together.
Yeah,
you know?
probably. There's is that Lucy?
Peppermint Patty.
Peppermint Patty. Yes,
Peppermint Patty. Yeah, Lucy had the black hair
Mm.
and was annoying as beep.
Oh, yeah. There's
Lucy had an attitude.
these posters.
Here we go. I think we're about to go downstairs now.
Finally, you're gonna go downstairs. There's Popeye and Olive Oil. Oh, he's got autographs.
Yeah. Yeah, he does some of the same things you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got at least 300 or 400 autographed photos in there in those albums.
Yeah, this is downstairs. It's kind of like a grocery store.
A
That's right. We got
grocery
the grocery store, the holidays, tourism, the restaurants, advertising.
Ooh.
All right, I'm going into a grocery store. Right? Jumbo popcorn. My dad, we had a little, when I was still in school, grade school, he bought a little country grocery store up there in Athens. And of course, when I got out of school, I ran the store. I got so so many sweets. Look at this. You got a big shot here.
Okay, Tim Hollis's Pop Culture Museum. Okay.
Well, you know, it is wonderful.
And his phone number's on that page.
Yeah, thank you.
So, you really can't.
Porky Pig.
Ah.
Yeah, it's banned and illegal.
There's a pharmacy.
Colonel Sanders Pie House for the fried pies.
But I've got one of the chandeliers up here.
Oh, yeah.
Go over here.
Oh, you see how easy it is to get something around here? Oh, man, I remember these. Right there. Don't look white bread.
Were those anything like food stamps? I said, no, they were kind of the opposite. You got them when you
I think we're going to have to do your video next week.
Probably. Let's just let me show a few seconds of it, or
Well, you could do the rest of the show, and you know we can go overtime. It's our show. It don't matter.
it's our show.
It's ours. It's our
But
deal,
it's
right?
okay. We can do it.
I don't care. I'll let you get started with it. And I may have to take a bathroom break, but I'll
Yeah,
still
no.
let it roll.
We'll go ahead and stick with time. here.
Look at the Christmas stuff,
Oh, look at that.
and there's the Halloween. Oh
Oh,
man, look at this. Look at that old mask.
I mean, this is abnormal Alabama stuff. This is in
That's it.
Alabama, and
That's
it's
it.
abnormal.
Look at all those old
Jack o'
Halloween.
lanterns, Halloween. Does he sell any? I guess he
No,
sells.
no,
anything. It's all.
He's worse than you are.
That's one thing I like
Look at
about
that.
it.
Look at that stuff.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Oh, I've got a couple of those jack o' lantern things like that my grandmother owned. But that's the other thing I liked about the doll museum in
Carport.
in Vicksburg. He had just some of them up front. He had for sale. Most of them, no, it was just for show. But he did have some for sale, and that's where I bought that big Gone with the Wind Melanie doll.
Look at this stuff. Look at this.
Yeah. Look at that. We got it. Yeah, we're gonna have to go see this.
You got the bee on his nose.
Yeah, old Pooh Bear. All the little Sannies and the snowmen. How long ago did you do this?
I'll have to look. It's been probably 3 or 4 years ago.
Oh, I thought it was more recently.
No, I didn't do much last year because of COVID, you know.
Yeah.
Now, Tim,
That sounded moving.
Yeah.
If you want to help us, just stipulate in your will that it'll all be sold off and the money will be donated to St. Hughes. It's not exactly the same thing.
That's just downstairs. You saw. I mean,
Yeah.
Let's just pull a figure out of the air and say that everything in here sold for $100,000. I don't know. Let's just call it. I said, if somebody donated $100,000, that's just not what I had.
the dollar value. Well, you're not ready to die or give it up anyway, right?
Let's hope. We can always hope.
Well, you just got to tell a story about longevity in your family. So.
Or lack thereof.
Oh, what? I didn't catch it then.
I'm only 9 years younger than my dad was.
Well, I am.
look at this stuff.
All right, Tim. This is the cameras right here.
Yeah, most of those they didn't throw the old away. They just put it in storage. And so when I built this building in 2007, I had to start getting all this stuff together. Well, there's mom and dad there. Wrestler. And of course, all the baby stuff here.
Showing his big boy.
Just speaking of places that don't exist, what about Yogi Bear's honey fried chicken? Now, I got those is because someone stole them. It was easier for them to take it up in a stick pile than the laundry area off of
Arn.
Oh, yeah. I've done a couple of
well-
books for Rock City.
Oh, there's another room.
Now that's up in his house there,
And of course, all of the Tennessee stuff, the Smokies and the
a third
Oh,
place.
okay.
Opryland stuff.
You remember the Opry theme park?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
crazy.
Yeah, there's the map from the year it first opened.
Minnie Pearl.
Yep.
Minnie Pearl.
You know,
You see her?
just in case
Yeah, I see her.
anything that manufacturers wouldn't
I
take
know
a
who Minnie
dollar
Pearl
for,
is.
They made, jigsaw puzzles and keep
When I was a kid, we always watched Hee Haw and
Now look at his room of books.
oh.
Right.
That's, those are all the Birmingham shelves.
Well,
Wizard of
you
Oz
remember
was only
this.
the first
I think.
story in a whole series of Oz books, and this is all 40 of them here. They were published over 63 years, and most of these are the really nice old editions that have the the colored paintings that are bound into them like that. So they most people don't realize that there's that many stories in the whole series.
So when was the first one published?
1900. Yeah, the fella that wrote The Wizard of Oz, Baum, he wrote the first 14 volumes in the series, and then after he died, the publisher got other authors to continue the series afterwards, all the way up until 1963 when the last published. So, yeah,
And when does that movie put out with Judy Garland?
the movie came out in 1963.
Oh my goodness. What a trip.
Uh,
That is yeah, you gotta go there. I forgot I had
Yeah.
that one up there. But there's all kind of places. I've been all over and I learned more and more. But that's Tim Hollis Pop Culture Alabama Museum. And it's just amazing stuff.
yeah, it is.
Yeah. Amazing stuff. Just on and on and on. So anyway,
We
guys.
We still got 7 minutes if you want me to show it. Let's not the first.
Yeah,
show
do-
the first
do-
5 minutes of that video.
Do that. I'm gonna remove myself so I can take a quick bathroom break. I've been sitting here
Okay.
drinking, and I'll let you do that. I'll be back in a second.
Okay. I will go ahead and share this for you all. And you all watching from My Haunted Dolls, you've probably remember me sharing this. And I did it at Facebook Live when I originally did this back in 2018 while I was in Vicksburg. So it didn't let me film anything, any other way but vertically at the time. I'm not sure why. I don't know. It might have been my phone giving me trouble or Facebook, but it was vertical. So I apologize. I know a lot of people don't like that. But this is in the Vicksburg Museum. And there I am turning the camera on live. And like I said, they filmed an episode of Ghost Adventures here. I want to say in 2017 when they were in Vicksburg, they did a series of episodes there. Look at that big rocking horse up there on that top shelf. I mean, he's got every doll you can think of in there, going back to the 1800s. Some of these dolls I can tell you are German and European, and they've dated back to the 1880s and 90s. Look at that nice dollhouse up there. And I kind of moved quickly, as you can see. I'm panning. I'm not panning slow at all. I'm kind of going fast because I didn't want anybody to catch me filming. I don't think he would have minded, but look at it. And there's another antique rocking horse. But they've said, especially in the evening when they close down, there's nobody there. There's the big Santa at the end of the aisle there. But when they close down, there's nobody there. They sometimes hear little footsteps and they hear giggles, and They've heard disembodied voices having conversations. Sometimes they'll find that sometimes the toys, you see toys on the bottom shelf, old classic preschool toys. I used to have a school like that there, but they hear some of these toys going off sometimes. Or sometimes he'll come in the morning and they'll be turned, some of the dolls might be turned a different direction. But when
this is Vicksburg.
Yeah, this is in Vicksburg. It's called Yesterday's Children. It's mostly dolls, but you'll see some old toys there too. And I was kind of moving through a little fast because I kept getting scared somebody might catch me filming and fuss, but I don't think they would have cared. But there's just a lot of old. He had several old rocking horses and things up there. Some of these dolls are life size, especially the ones on the bottom shelves there.
Mm.
I got my finger in the way. Look at that old dumb chubby finger. God, there it goes.
I got to teach you how to do video.
Oh, well, again, look at that one sitting there. Again, I was in kind of a hurry.
Well, and you're also using your phone.
But, yeah, I'm using my phone, and it would only let me I was doing Facebook Live. It would only let me do vertical for some reason at that point.
I know they still only let you do vertical.
Oh, okay. So that's why I don't do, if I do live, I want to do it from YouTube so I can do the horizontal.
Well, you can use StreamYard from your cell phone.
Well, yeah, I know. And I can do that with the
Melon, probably.
The Melon.
Yeah. Because both of those are just on Chrome, just on your browser.
I'm going to kind of speed this up a little bit.
Speed around.
I want you to see all these shelves and things filled with dolls. And I want you to see that big, tall Santa.
Oh.
Because here he is. Because that is the people that visit there say that's the creepiest thing.
Where? I don't see him.
You'll see him in a second.
I don't see nothing but dogs. I don't see no Santa.
Look at all of them.
Yeah, see, Santa lies to me all the time.
Hey, there he is. Here he comes.
My God.
So these dolls sitting up there are over 100 years old.
That's not a new Santa either. You didn't even
No,
focus
on hold
you,
on.
You ignored the hell out of
Give it a second. I'll turn around and get him in the face in a minute.
Well, you just blurred right by here.
And my stupid finger in the way again.
You must have not got what you want for Christmas. Right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna boycott Santa.
Here's some of these old dolls. That old school desk and that old phone.
Oh man, that's neat.
But he's got 6 or 7 aisles up and down the aisles like that with dolls.
Mm.
And then there's a back part that's got
There's
some
a fire
more
truck up
dolls
there.
and yeah. Let me see. Did I ever turn around and that little piano down there?
No, you're pissed at Santa. Hey, about that. Look at that.
I know. Look at that.
That horse bicycle.
Yeah, the horse and buggy and all kinds of little figurines. Let me get up here to.
Okay.
Where?
Why don't we take a trip over there and let me film that? You can talk about it and I'll film it.
Yeah, and here comes Santa again over here. There he is. It's Kelsey dressed up. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
there he is.
Actually, it's more your size.
Yeah, he's a vintage Santa
What's it about?
statue.
About 5 feet tall.
He was tall. He was going on 6 feet tall.
Really? Wow.
There's that antebellum dollhouse. But and that aisle right there, Zach was filming during the Ghost Adventures episode, and he claimed something pushed him. He fell over in the aisle. I don't know if he just secretly tripped. He probably did. I like that dog, the little boy blowing. I know he's got a bug in his hand. Look at that.
Man.
Porcelain baby. And they've got the years on there too, on those little labels.
Yeah. Okay. He's labeled each one of them.
And that big tall
I
Indian
mean,
dog.
literally has labeled each one of them.
Yeah. Now this is somewhere between 4 and 5 hours of a drive. So
Oh, I've been to Vicksburg. I do weddings in Mississippi all the time.
yeah, when I go, I always stay at that Cedar Grove plantation bed
That
and
would,
breakfast
we
because
could
that's
we could go do that. And do a ghost hunt down there too, right?
yeah. I don't
Wh-
know when I could do. So I'm doing that Connecticut thing. I got to watch how much money I spend. So I don't know.
So if we did that, they, at nighttime they let you walk around the grounds because isn't that haunting? Also
Yeah,
outside.
I got lucky when I was this visit when I was at. See, I was spending the night at Cedar Grove when I went down the street
Uh-huh.
and saw this museum.
Right.
That particular night, I just happened to be the only guest there, and the people that worked there leave. So it was just me, and somewhere there was a groundskeeper, but I never saw him. But I had the whole
Mhm.
house to myself, and I did my own investigation, and I caught some strange things. But we're starting to run out. We're already over time, so I'll go ahead and stop sharing that. I just wanted to give a good little view of that place.
Well, I kind of enjoyed, and
And,
you know, I wouldn't mind doing a whole show just going over some old videos of stuff.
Yeah.
Because I go back, I've done so many videos over so many years that I go back and it's like, oh, I've been there. Kind of forget where I was. So anyway, we filled this 2 hours up. We never
Yeah, we
fail.
did.
Never fail. So
Shoot, I would have just read off some ghost stories I have here if we needed that. But so
I think I think we did good. I think we did good. So, well, I'm going to say good night. My voice is going away tonight for some reason.
mine does that every Tuesday night for some strange reason. All this yapping.
Well, let your dolls yak to you tonight.
Yeah.
And let's plan on doing something interesting soon.
Okay.
And say good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Have a
Good.
wonderful, wonderful night here.
Yes.
Let's see. There we go. I like my microphone.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Good night.
Good night.